But Central Time here on 100% Footy. Michael Chemis in the chair. Michael, is another Panther about to leave?
Look, I don't think so. There was a lot of speculation over the weekend around Taylor May's future because he put up a cryptic post about his fuel. He wrote on here, last ride. Now, that's what Jerome Luai has been calling this season, given he's on the way to the Tigers. There's been a bit of noise around the May brothers and where they end up next year. The Panthers have upped their offer in recent weeks. He's off contract end of the year. Now, the Panthers have offered him a deal worth around $500,000 a season. That's up quite a bit from where they were to start with. I thought was low fours. There are a few clubs interested in making inquiries. One of those is the Melbourne Storm. The other one are the St George Illawarra Dragons. And the Roosters having discussions internally about Taylor May. Now, he's had an enormous start to the year. He was sensational for the Panthers in that round one loss. Caught the attention of a lot of clubs playing in that centre position. Hasn't played there in the NRL before. Obviously, on the wing, the first season was enormous. But now the question is around what he's worth. And given he's come through the grades there, he's obviously played in a grand final, he's part of the fabric there. The Panthers think they're confident of keeping him around $500,000. They've got a bit of room to wiggle with the Jerome Luai money. Then you've got Sania Taruva and Mitch Kenny off contract. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. And the other factor in all this is the Terrell May situation. His brother at the Roosters, a bit of a roller coaster with the contract situation, change of management around that. Whether or not the Roosters then come in for Taylor May, because they've got an offer to Terrell now, a 2-year offer worth close to $500,000. Will that be enough to keep him? He started the year pretty strong, but it'll be interesting to see what the Roosters do in the coming days, because there were concerns around culturally, does he fit into the Sydney Roosters, how that works, and if he can allay some of those concerns, I imagine they'll get a deal done in the not-too-distant future. The Dogs had circled Terrell May at some point. Is that over now? Is Terrell May in your sights at all?
No, not at all.
That's dead and buried. What about Taylor May, Gus? You've obviously heard a lot about what he's been able to produce on a football field. Centre, has he convinced you in the first couple of weeks that he is a centre in the NRL?
He was outstanding the other night. I mean, he is a style of centre. He's not. You know, there are certain styles of centres. He's an individual. He runs his own race. He makes a lot of metres. He's like having another back row forward, front row forward on the field with the metres that he makes. Very passionate, very rugged defender. He can play left or right side of the field. He can play wing or centre. I reckon he could play in the back row when he wanted to. When I was out at Penrith, we used to call him Tiny. He was a little kid. He was playing hooker off the bench. I can't believe how big he's got.
Mate, not just big, powerful.
Yeah.
Him and Tungo are like some of the centres.
He was a little kid. He was little.
So just powerful, fast and powerful. He's strong, mate. I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
The question for Penrith...
I hope he stays there for that Penrith.
Well, the question for Penrith is going to be, how much do you pay someone knowing the nursery of talent you've got at your disposal? Because the kids coming through, the Jesse McLean, Casey McLean, some of the younger guys there, they can come in and fill that gap for maybe minimum wage, 200-something thousand. Is there value then in paying someone like a Taylor May $600,000, $500,000 when you've got Isaac Tungo locked up long term on a deal worth about $750,000? So it's a good headache to have for Penrith, but they no doubt they're going to have to try and match some offers that are going to come elsewhere for Taylor May.